You want to know a secret? No one's reading your About page to learn about you. They're reading it to learn about themselves, to feel seen, to feel like you see them. And if they don't, they're gone. No scroll, no click, no second chance. And the truth is, most people miss that. They turn their About page into some sort of a greatest hits reel. I started here, then I did this, and then I had an awakening in Bali. And listen, your story does matter, but it matters most when it helps your reader see themselves. Because here's the trap. We think being relatable means talking about ourselves. But being relatable actually means showing people you understand them. That's a big difference. The real magic starts to happen when your About page stops being a spotlight and starts acting like a mirror. Your reader should land on that page and think, wait, is this person inside my head? Because when they feel seen, when they see their struggles, their dreams, their language reflected back at them, they stop skimming and start trusting. Not because you impressed them, but because you got them. Now you might be thinking, cool, but how do I actually write like this? There is a structure to this. And no, I'm not talking about one of these fill-in-the-blank templates that suck the soul out of your voice. I'm talking about a flexible, story-first flow that feels natural, personal, like you, and still gets people to stick around. Especially if you're a coach or a creative or someone whose work depends on real human connection. This is not about being clever. It's about being clear. And yes, you can do that without bragging, oversharing, or spiraling into every little detail of your life. Let me give you the first 3 things your About page needs if you want it to work. The first one is empathy. And this is not just about saying, I get it. It's about actually showing it. In the words you choose, in the story you tell, in the way you describe what they're struggling with, maybe even better than they've said it themselves. That's what makes people feel safe. That's what makes people trust. When you can name the problem clearly, people start to trust that you're the one who truly understands and the one who can guide them to a solution. The second one is clarity. Say what you do. Say who it's for and say why it matters in clear, plain language. If someone has to reread it 3 times just to get what you offer, you've already lost them. Clarity builds trust. Confusion kills momentum. And the third, and this is a big one, a call to action. Please don't end with thanks for reading. Tell them what to do next. Book a call, grab a freebie, slide into your inbox. Whatever it is, make it clear, make it easy, because the best About pages don't just tell a great story. They move people into action. I'll be honest, my old About page, it looked great on paper. The tone was polished, the story was structured, but still somehow it didn't land. Although it looked like a brand, it just didn't feel like me. And it definitely didn't feel like a place where my dream clients would see themselves and think, yes, this is who I've been looking for. It wasn't wrong, but it wasn't doing its job. And it really wasn't until I stopped performing and started having a conversation. That's when things started to change. I wrote like I was speaking to one person. I told the truth, not just the timeline. And that's when people started saying, it felt like you were talking to me. And that's the goal, not to impress, but to resonate. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, that makes sense, but how do I actually do that without sounding fake or trying too hard? I've got something for you. It's called Sold on You, a mini course that walks you through the exact process, step by step. It's made for coaches, creatives, and anyone building a brand that actually feels like them. Just a clear path to an About page that connects and converts. So let's make your About page the reason someone says, finally, someone who gets it. The link's below.